All right, today here we're going to take a look at and do some dyno runs on the Rockford Fosgate Prime R750-1D. I will tell you this is the last version of this amp. It's not the most current version. They have a R2 series out. The amp's got a facelift. They look a little bit better in my opinion, and they got a clip light on the amp. They still don't have a clip light on the bass knob, just like the R1s don't have a clip light on the bass knob either, but they don't have it on the amp, the first version. And so this is the 750. Pretty interesting here because it looks a lot like the 500. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this amp is rated 250 watts at 4 ohms, 500 watts at 2 ohms, and 750 watts at 1 ohm. Make sure you check out my video, the two videos, the 2 ohm run and the 1 ohm run. These are nice amps though, and I'll say this, I don't think there's any power difference between this version and the R2s. I think they have the same internals, they just look a little different, and they got a clip light on the R2s. But here's what you get: power and protect light, the punch EQ, which is a bass boost. This is a low pass filter, a subsonic filter or infrasonic filter, gain. I love the screw down terminals. This is a 4 gauge. Looks like the remote there is 8 gauge. The speakers are 8 gauge as well. You have the input for the bass knob, and then you have, I like this, the RCAs, the input and pass through. This amp does not have high level inputs. Okay, real quick, let's set this one over there. Now take a look at this one. Boy, look at the difference there. This amp is just a little bit longer, but that looks like the same amp at first glance. This is the 500. The controls are slightly different on the 500. You don't get all of the same stuff. You just get one positive, one negative here. I forgot to mention over here, you get 2 positives, 2 negatives. These are both monoblock Class D amps. You do have the pass-throughs. You do have a high-level input on the 500. Okay, so I will say this. The 500 is rated at 300 watts at 4 ohms and 500 watts at 2 ohms. What was really interesting to me, this won't go to 1 ohm, but this one does. But this one is 250, 500, 750 at 4, 2, and 1 ohms. So I thought the 500 is pretty much the same. It's just that this amp can go to 1 ohm and you're going to get a little bit of extra power. I won't tell you what the wattages are. I want you to go watch the videos for that. But I will tell you this. This amp was designed to go to 1 ohm. So I'm sure it was built to do that, and the numbers at 1 ohm are very impressive on this amp. But at 2 ohms, it did do more than rated power, but it did not shine at 2 ohms like this amp did. This amp really shined at 2 ohms, and it was more efficient doing it. So if you know that you've got a setup where you're going to go to 2 ohms and not 1, you would really rather have this amp instead of getting this one and saying, well, I'll have some extra. They probably do the same power, maybe not so much. Really consider that, because this amp shines at 2 ohms. This amp shines at 1 ohm. Check out my videos for all of that. And anyhow, that's really it. These have both been awesome amps. They're workhorses. I mean, they are super reliable. They never mess up, and we have loved them. We've used both of them a lot here in my household, and we're a big fan of both of them. And anyhow, all right, that's it on the Prime 750. Thanks for watching.